Before you guys watch this video, I just want to say one thing. I did not know what the camera angle was. So I did not know if you could see my face in the intro and outro. You can't. You can see about here. So please just ignore that. And yeah, sorry about the intro and outro being cropped weird. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy the video. Yeah, that's it. Hey guys, welcome back to Ride with Sheridan. So today's video, I got a pretty exciting one. I'm bringing you guys along with me to work Peggy. And we are mic'd up. So she's already warmed up. She's ready to go. And we're finna get started with our drills and barrel work. So let's go.
I want you so bad.
Okay, so the first drill I like to do, I couldn't get my camera rigged up where it could move, but hopefully you guys can still see, is I like to pick up a load, and we're going to do some figure eights because sometimes she has a hard time getting her leads changed, so see she got it good there. And I ask her and she gets it, which is really good. I ask her and she gets it, which is really good. Good job, Mama. She did that really well. That was exactly what I was looking for. And that's just basically because sometimes she has a hard time getting those leads swapped over. It can be hard for her to get those leads swapped sometimes, so I like to work on that drill to encourage her to get that lead swapped because it's important. Okay, I know you guys can't see me right now because I wasn't able to rig it up where it can move. We'll work on this if this becomes a series. So I'm gonna walk her through first. Just gonna walk nice and easy. Make sure she's giving me a good pocket, and she's pretty push style. So I like to make sure she gives me a lot of room going around this first and make sure she finishes nice, and then I really make sure she gets over. Sorry if you guys can't see a ton, I did my best. So then I push her to the second, and see she kind of wanted to start the turn a little early. So when she wants to start the turn a little early, I take her to the fence. If I feel her drop her shoulder or just start too early, I'll take her to the fence. Just because that is not a good habit to have. You don't want them coming in already thinking about the turn when they've barely finished their last turn. It was nice, good job. And also you want to make sure they finish, but not too tightly, because if they finish too tightly, it can cause you to hit. And you don't want to hit. So then I aim her for about one Peggy by the third barrel, and then I'm going to push her on by because sometimes we do have issues with rating too much at our third barrel. And then I'm going to ask her for her nose, and see here she's like a little meh. She's a little angry because she wants to run. So I'm going to tip that nose, tip it. And then, nope, see, she cut too close on that backside. I don't like that. She gets a little antsy when I make her go around again, but I have to make her go around again because I don't want her to be cutting that too close. So we're just going to walk around this until she finally doesn't finish too tight and doesn't come in too tight and keeps her whole distance. I want the same distance on all sides of the barrels on her. So there we go. She finally gave me a nice one where she didn't overfinish. So I'm going to let her move on, give her some relief, and now we're going to trot through the pattern. And it'll be pretty much a similar thing that we're doing. So let's go. I know that like half the time I'll be off camera when I'm talking, but it's okay. So trotting, keep her wide, but then really make sure she finishes. That was nice. Make sure she gets all moved over. See, she was kind of starting a little early there, and you can see her get a little grumpy with me for making her go to the wall. But we do not want them to come in that tight and come in leaning on the bit. You want them nice and flexed and in your hands, and really not pushing to the outside like that. She was not pushing any there, so I go ahead and let her move on, but I am going to make sure she gets this backside better because you can see she gets a little upset. She knows that after the third barrel we get to sprint home, so she's ready to go. I am going to take her through and trot her through again because I much prefer when my horses easy can get what I need on the first try. because, you know, you don't get more than one turn at a barrel run, so I wanted to practice nicely. See, she cut that too close, and that was partially my bad. So when she cuts too close, I take her extra wide, just to like show her, hey, this is what you were doing. And see, she kind of leaned her head to the outside. She's leaning on the bit, so you don't want that. She wants to try to lope, but I want her to trot it because she can't always, get what she wants. She was nice there. She did get a little sticky on the backside. So we'll go again. I'm going to trot her back through just to work on the stickiness on the backside. That's one of her biggest problems. She sticks on the backside of her turns. And we don't want her to stick on the backside of her turns. It needs to be a fluid, steady motion. So, see, I don't like how tight that was. I don't need her over finishing, so I bring her really wide, and she's trying to cross for this second barrel. She's kind of fed up with me for not letting her cheat her corners, but I don't want her to cheat her corners. I want her to keep it nice, stood up, correct, all those things. See, she cut that too close too. We don't want her to cut close like that, then finish. Easy. Now I'm gonna walk her back through because she is really leaning on my bit, and I'm considering changing her bit, which I may do. But she's really leaning on her bit right now, and so I'm gonna take her back through at a walk, nice and slow, and get this whole leaning on my bridle fixed, and then we will go back at a trot. I don't lope Peggy at home anymore because it really just makes her so angry, and she does not work good at a lope, so I don't lope her. We're gonna keep it big and stood up because she's cheating me. That was really nice to make her get her whole body moved over. She wants to just move her front end over for the second turn instead of her whole front and back end, and I need her to move everything over. Ask her to keep forward motion. I want a little tighter finish, so you see I kind of really overcorrected her, which I wouldn't usually do because usually she's too tight on the back of the second, but she's too wide that time, so I really overcorrected, like, hey, I want you to tighten this down. And then here we go, third. Gonna take her really wide on this third because she is very rady at the third. You can see she was kind of looking off, not listening to me. She didn't have her nose tipped. Her ears were looking over there, so I want her to keep her nose tipped and keep focus all the way around her barrel. See, that was nice. So I'm gonna bring her back and we're gonna trot through. We're gonna trot through and correct those flaws we had on the last trot through. I try not to work her an overtone on the barrels because she does get kind of grumpy with me. Yeah, good girl. See, she's all go all the time. She came a little wide to that second, so I am gonna bring her in a little tighter this time, like that. That was really pretty. Good girl. Then trot down to my third. Stand up. Yeah. I do let her cruise out because I want her to know this is the part where we go zoom. And she did that well. Oh, good girl. So now to end it off, I always like to end my horses on a good, quiet, correct walkthrough. We just want them walking through, keeping things stood up, correct. You can see I take her pretty wide by that first. I'm going to tighten her down just a little because she does have a tendency to get a little by her first barrel. Some runs she overrates it, some runs she underrates it, and that is just her being young and learning how much she needs to rate, and also me learning her and learning how much I need to rate her because sometimes I overrate her and sometimes I underrate her because she is a baby and I'm still learning. Good girl. I'm still learning how to ride her. Obviously, haven't been riding her long at all. And so she is a baby and she just needs pretty much just repetition and she needs me to figure out where I need to hit my spots at, because I still don't quite know where I need to hit my spots, because I've only made a handful of runs with her. But we're going to keep working, and pretty soon, hopefully, I'll have my spots down. So she did really good there, so I release her. I'm like, we're done. No more barrels are going to get worked today. We're just going to walk on out, keep it nice, keep it calm. Just going to walk out, tell her she did a great job, because she did. And there we have it. So that is her figure 8 drill and the barrel work I did. If you guys want to see me barrel work another horse that isn't her, or if you want her again, or both, let me know. This was really fun to film. So if you guys want more barrel work sessions and full ride sessions with me, you know, talking to you guys, explaining what I'm doing, I'd love to do that for y'all. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys kind of enjoy getting to come down here to the arena with me and practice a little bit and show you guys what I do in between the runs. And so thank you guys for watching. And yeah, that is it. Bye. Good girl, Peg. Yeah, that's a good pony. Good girl.
I got a